So, Lindsay, since you've been diagnosed with this degenerative disc disease, I know that can feel really scary and kind of be really intimidating on how to move forward with your daily life, because it's a scary thing to hear. But I want to kind of ease your mind a little bit and let you know that a lot of people, a very large percentage of people, are diagnosed with degenerative disc disease and they don't see quite an impact on their life. They don't have this excess pain and they don't have this fear of how to move on from that. And so with that, I kind of wanted to explain a little bit about pain and why it's beneficial and how we can try to manage the intensity of pain in which you're feeling. So I kind of wanted to start off and ask you why you feel that pain is important.
I guess it tells you like something's going on, something's not good.
Yeah, right. It's a way of warning that something's dangerous or something is damaged in some way. And so just like this picture with someone about to step their foot on a nail, you would want to know that you just stepped on a nail, right? And so those nerves are sending the signals that saying, hey, we're experiencing a little damage or we're in a little bit of a dangerous position, and the brain then is able to interpret what that means and how to respond. So we have a vast system of nerves in our body, so many nerves, and they all connect and run to the brain to relay information. Some of these nerves are just about touch and that knowing that something's right next to them. But nociceptors in particular, those are nerves that relay danger notifications to our brain. And our brain can then take that and use past experience. Have you been here before? What is this like? How do I respond? And how am I feeling? Am I pretty stressed out? And it takes all that information to come together and make a response to what's going on, where you would lift your foot off the nail, right? And so the way a nerve works, as you can see in this graph, is it has a normal excitement level. And when stimulus happens, when something happens, the nerve then shoots up to a firing level, where it then sends the message. Or if it doesn't reach that level, it doesn't send the message that something's happened. So it's kind of like an alarm system. And when you stepped on that nail, that alarm system went off and it sent a message. When you take the nail out and you bandage the injury, that nerve then goes back down to its normal resting levels, because it's no longer something that you need to think or deal with. Sometimes when our nerves fire, they don't quite go back down all the way to that normal resting level. Sometimes they sit a little bit higher, and it needs less of a stimulus before it sends off that alarm. So now, instead of stepping on a nail and that alarm goes off, let's say you stepped on a rock and that alarm went off. Or let's say you just stepped on a pillow and that alarm went off. Because your nerves have created this new sensitivity to when something might be going wrong or something might be feeling different. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So sometimes when we have this sensitivity going on, it's sending those nerves a lot faster or a lot sooner or a lot longer, and our brain is trying to interpret it, and it's saying, oh, we have this painful experience because remember when you did step on a nail, that was awful, even though you hadn't, you just kicked a pillow. And so that response is still very real because the brain is trying to protect you from that danger. And there's different things that, we'll be able to work on together, and different therapies that we can go through together to kind of decrease that sensitivity and kind of get those nerves back to a normal resting level so that those minor changes won't result in such a painful experience. One last thing I wanted to mention was that our mental state has a lot to do with our brain's response. When we're over anxious about our jobs or about home life or anything that may be going on, it kind of creates that heightened sensitivity of our brain because it's pulling in all the anxiety to have to figure out what to deal with. So is there anything going on in your life that may be contributing to some excess anxiety or stress?
Yeah, I think taking care of my grandma and wanting to see her healthy has been really stressful for me.
Yeah. And is there anything that you've been doing to kind of help you handle those anxious feelings?
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, maybe we can talk about it and come up with a plan to kind of move forward and kind of lower that anxious and anxiety state that you're in and kind of move forward with being able to overcome all the pain that you're feeling. Does that sound good?